All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a manual for life, but it's probably not the one you're expecting. This is all about facing some pretty uncomfortable truths to build a life that actually feels meaningful. It's a guide that's going to challenge pretty much everything you think about struggle, happiness, and your place in the world.
I want you to start with just one number, 4,000. Just let that sink in for a second. It's not money, it's not followers, it's not anything like that. It's something way, way more personal.
4,000 weeks. On average, that's what a human life is. When you frame it like that, it kind of hits you, right? It's not a lot of time. And that one simple, kind of brutal fact, well, it changes everything.
So, if life is that short, what are we even supposed to do? Well, the big idea here is to stop chasing this fantasy of a perfect, problem-free life. It's a total myth. The real shift happens when you radically accept that life is supposed to be hard. The problems aren't in the way, the problems are the way.
Okay, so if the problems are the point, why are they so, well, problematic for us? Why do we get so stuck? Turns out the biggest enemy isn't out there somewhere. Nope, it's right between your ears.
And this is such a perfect way to picture it. You've got this battle raging inside your head, right? On one side, you've got the writer. That's your rational, planning, goal-setting brain. And then you've got the elephant. This is your emotional, impulsive, gut-feeling self. And look, the writer might think he's in charge, holding the reins and all. But when that 6-ton elephant decides it wants to go somewhere else, who do you really think is going to win that fight? This is where all our energy just disappears.
And here's the crazy part. That moment the elephant just takes over and you want to quit, it tends to happen at a very specific number, 40%. Now, what on earth could that mean?
It's called the 40% rule. And what it means is that when your brain is screaming at you, telling you, I can't do this anymore, this is my absolute limit, you've actually only used about 40% of what you're truly capable of. Your brain, that protective elephant, is basically hardwired to throw in the towel way before you're actually out of gas.
So the real work, the first big step, is to train that inner world. It's about getting a handle on that elephant, and that means learning to quiet down that voice in your head that's always criticizing you. It means focusing, like a laser, only on the things you can actually control. And everything else, you've got to learn to just let it go.
Okay, so if the real fight is internal, how in the world do you actually win? I mean, how do you win a fight against yourself?
You win by completely changing what winning means. This is a huge mind flip. We're all taught that the struggle is this annoying thing you have to suffer through to get to the good part, the reward. But what if? What if the struggle is the reward?
So how do you actually get to that reward? Two simple things. First, you just start. Seriously, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Second, you have to embrace what some people call the shitty first draft. Perfectionism is a total trap. It's an excuse to never start. Real progress, real meaning, comes from just being okay with doing something badly at first.
And when you do that, when you let go of perfection and just get into the work, you can tap into this incredible state called flow. You know that feeling, right? When you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time just vanishes, your inner critic finally shuts up, you're just in it. That feeling, that's the real prize. That's the source of real deep joy.
And that's the whole point, really. Happiness isn't some destination you arrive at. It's not a finish line. It's a byproduct. It's what happens on the side when you're completely absorbed in something meaningful and challenging. But that leads to one last really big question. You can learn to master your mind, you can find joy in the process, but what if the mountain you're climbing isn't even your mountain?
You know, from the moment we're born, society hands us a script. It's the default setting for a good life. Go to school, get the right job, get married, buy the house, you know the drill. Now, there's nothing wrong with any of that stuff, but it's a pre-written story. It's a system of expectations that can push us down a path we never actually chose for ourselves. And breaking free from that script, man, that takes some serious guts. Because living a life that is authentically yours often means you're going to have to disappoint some people. You might be misunderstood. It means having the courage to be disliked for who you actually are instead of being liked for who you're pretending to be. Let's just take love, for example. The societal script is a fairy tale, right? It's all about finding the one, this perfect soulmate who completes you. But a more meaningful, realistic approach sees love as something you build, not something you find. It's a daily commitment to work through the messy, imperfect parts with another person. It's a verb, not a noun. So when you pull it all together, you realize something. A well-lived life, a meaningful life, isn't about finding some perfect hidden path that's just waiting for you.
So here it is, the new manual. Step 1, accept reality. You've got about 4,000 weeks. Make them count. Step 2, master your inner world. Learn to train that elephant. Step 3, find meaning in the process. Learn to love the struggle itself. And step 4, write your own script. Be brave enough to be disliked for it.
Look, this manual doesn't have all the easy answers. It just leaves you with one really important question. Society wrote a script for you. Are you brave enough to write your own?